The name of it, but I think I have the piece in my trash.
Okay.
Okay, so this is how I would have already pulled that hair through. Still using that spacing guide, and I would just complete this whole front section from like maybe ear to ear. I would go ahead and put the hair in. So the clients love when they come in and they get to see that, oh, you already been working on my hair. Either whether it's seeing the hair laying across a table or seeing it already started on the wig head, it makes them feel like, oh, this is what I'm paying for. She's thinking about me before I'm here. You know, not just a dollar sign to her. She started on my hair. Most of the time, and in reality, it could just be, I ain't trying to be on her hair for 6 hours. So let me go ahead and do this while this customer under the dryer. I'm going to go ahead and start pulling some hair apart.
So would you do, like, we just finished talking about how the ladies just bought pretty much in this area right here. So what
You
we
could just
pre-do this area,
just that section.
and then I would put the whole thing on when she comes, and then fill in.
And fill in. You can braid her hair. Something else I do with my alopecia clients, I've gotten used to, I'll fold a towel when I'm shampooing their hair and lay it across their head.
Oh yeah.
They don't
yeah.
want to be, you know.
Yeah,
and
you don't want
that's
them
a reason that I
exposed.
never work in a salon
You can use the
barbershop.
towel or
Because
she has.
same thing, towel, you know, until they feel comfortable. And then I braid where we need to braid at. And then because I've already pre-installed this section, once we get to that point, now we can relax. We can watch TV while you get your hair done. Because up until then, they're tense. They sitting there, shoulders tight. Every time the door opens, they looking like they want to see. They want to make sure people can't see. So we're all about making sure that they feel comfortable in that environment. So this is already done. So once we put that on, we good. They already looking in the mirror, thinking about how sexy they look, thinking about, oh girl, so if the wind blows, because what I do is around here, I go ahead and hook maybe about every quarter of an inch. I'm gonna put hair here too,
And bring it this.
and it's coming to the
way.
front.
Yeah,
They don't always want bangs.
Yeah.
Sometimes they are unrealistic.
But I don't think you're gonna need
in
that
what
bang
we
instead
in
of
what
this
we
ball
can
spot.
provide. Sometimes they are, but we gotta make them feel comfortable with that too.
Right.
You're gonna have to have some hair in your face.
You want the ball
But
spot
what I
or
can
which
do
one?
is right here where you want to have the part or a natural separation. When I do that, when I tie those knots, I'm gonna take those 2 strands and bring them over to each side. So now you're gonna have a natural separation. I can't get you scalp. They want everything. They want everything.
Right
They
in that
want,
part,
they
you
want the
would
crochet
take
to look like a
it,
lace
you'll
front.
separate.
They want to know why you can't do a lace front right there with the crochet, but they still want to pay the regular price. Whatever that starting price is, we tell them, I thought you said it was gonna be, but you done asked for $600 worth of stuff. Like I can't do that. We are miracle workers, but we not for real. They want everything. I'm like, you can't get all of that. But so yeah, and then now, like I was saying, with the braids that where they have the hair, same thing. Where they have hair, now we can start crocheting that through the braids and the net. Now it's secure to their head. They know it ain't coming off. They gonna be testing. They gonna be pulling. They gonna, this ain't gonna get tight, or is it? No. It's as you sweat, it's actually gonna loosen some. And they can clean their scalp as well with witch hazel. Witch hazel is gonna. I've heard people say sea breeze, and I don't do sea breeze because it will dry it out. But the witch hazel will not dry their scalp out. And it's gonna clean that excess oil off the scalp. It'll relieve odors. Sometimes I'm big on essential oils, but sometimes we go crazy with the essential oils. So I tell my clients, if you're gonna put some essential oils in the witch hazel, make sure you're not using ones that's gonna dry you out. Can't do tea tree; it will dry it out because that's what it's a drying oil. So you don't want to do
But
tea
they was
tree.
even talking about the coconut oil. Some
It's a
people just
healing oil.
do too much
too
and they're
much.
clogging. They're
Right.
not helping.
Clogging
they're
up their pores. They're
So
clogging their pores.
you gotta be careful
So
with that.
y'all can definitely pass these around, these pictures and stuff. It's different types of crochet.
Yeah, I just want to be able to make sure I got this.
But this is a crochet.
All
That
these
hair
crochet.
is-
That's
everything is a crochet.
So you said when we are you gonna demonstrate?
I can.
Can you demonstrate one here so I can just see what you're talking about when we? I'm a visual.
It looks like
That's
cute.
You can check it
I
out.
want here. Let me see what you're doing because I see
I
that.
have to see.
Oh my God. That's how she braided it. Yep. Yep, the beehive.
I have 2 in there with locks.
Short on top.
Y'all know I'm a candy fanatic, so I'm always having candy on the table.
What's it, her twin?
And on the neck, we can do it as tight as we want because it ain't hurting the head at this point. And I would do this about every quarter inch. So if the wind blows, like I said, sometimes clients are a little unrealistic. We can't make everything. Like I'm sorry you don't have the hair there, but I cannot make it seem like it is growing out your scalp.
Now,
But
they do have the lighter.
yeah, they have the lighter net. That's something they missed
yeah.
too. They have the tan and they even have the nude looking one. And those are different options that you
There
can
you
decide
go.
on during consultation.
That's her realistic.
Yes, and that's gonna be as realistic as we can get without a magic wand.
Okay.
But yeah, so these I would put again about a quarter of an inch away. And sometimes these nets are bigger than what the client's head is, so that's why I would not go through and do the whole head.
Yeah.
I would want to secure it to their head because then at that point we can fold it where it needs to be folded to make sure that it fits their head. I have one that's like completely bald all the way around, but she has hair right here. And she feels that it's growing every single time she comes to me. It's getting thicker.
Okay.
It's still gonna be 2 braids.
And you just say,
It's still only gonna be 2 braids.
And you just say,
But
okay.
yes, and her husband likes to come.
I mean, you do. 'Cause you don't make them feel bad. You say, okay.
Yeah. I'm like this.
I mean, I ain't gonna tell her no.
I did.
You don't want to
Like,
feel
yeah,
bad.
I
I
said
said, yeah, no,
it
it
is.
is. But I wish it would grow, in the other places.
Right.
But it is growing right
Yes,
here.
you still
Or
can't
they
get the
start
other
taking
style.
vitamins and grow more facial hair.
Yes.
Okay, girl.
So that is, but I mean, I be in there like, yeah, I see it. Yeah. You want me to take a picture? Show it to you. I take a picture and show it to them, and then they see that it really ain't. But
So this is when you're talking about spreading it and pulling it over?
I didn't
Is that
do
what you was talking about?
I didn't do that because I would do that like maybe
Going
going
up.
up
Like a-
apart. But at this point, when I tie it, I would just lay them like this,
Okay.
and I would do that
Kinda over
in
each
a
other.
continuous row.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Normally, I'd like go around instead of going in a row, but for a natural separation, I would go right straight up in a part, and not too far back, because we don't want our part too far back, but just enough to where when she's ready to go, she can train it to stay out of her face a little bit.
Okay.
Not completely, but a little bit. And if we have to, sometimes at the beginning, I do a couple of bobby pins or something until it relaxes, and then it just stays like that. Yeah. So that's for the alopecia client.
And they don't put any product on this.
Nothing on the hair at all. Every night.
Can you get in there?
I'm fine, honey. I can see
You in there?
All I do, if y'all want to feel my hair, this is 2 weeks old. I haven't put anything else on my hair. It is just what I use to pull the hair apart. I haven't put anything else. Nothing else. No shine. No nothing. That's why I like that stuff. And I just put this bonnet. No, it's not. You can open it up.
Oh, you know I
It's
would.
pretty
it's,
too.
yeah, you can open it up. Y'all can feel it. I have been sweating.
Well, right. And
But
it's
I
not
braided
that
it.
close
I
together.
braid 2 in the front to 1 in the back for my braid pattern. And I show that in a couple of those pictures.
Okay, say it
But,
again. You do what?
two braids in the front to 1 in the back. And then sometimes if I get overzealous with braiding in the front, and I might have 3 to 1 braid in the back instead of 2 to
What
1
do you
braid.
mean
Right, so
by
I mean
one
by
braid?
Yeah,
Like
Just making them
from
And
here
connecting to one.
to here is
Going back.
you can see the
You got
Going
8
back.
across the
Okay, you got
front
some
and 1 back.
cornrows.
Like
And
cornrows
then
to
in
the
the
back.
back,
And then you
I
do
just
the.
go. No, I still went straight down.
Okay.
But I connect I connect these 2.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm a visual.
Yeah, me too. That's what I got to
I'm a
know.
visual.
This is a better
Shanice, can you do one more?
I'm a visual
no, one
person.
more thing.
Okay.
Okay, got you, got you,
Yeah, that's
got you.
fair.
Pulled out already.
Okay. So it's more braids in the front. Yeah. Excuse me, man. I used to say that all day long. I would like it. I gotta take a picture so we can post. Please post, please.
Yeah. Post and tag me.
Shanita.
My phone is not acting right today.
See, no, I just want to take a picture. I want to take the picture. I have to get back.
And this is a little tiny one, but it still could be. Now I'm gonna show y'all one up in here. Like I don't just do 1 circle. You can do like 2 or 3.
Okay.
To make sure that it's not.
So it doesn't
too
have to be
small
in
to
each
support
hole.
It doesn't have to be in each hole, and I kind of pull them together a little bit. That gives them a little bit more of a snug feel too on their head. pulling them together like that.
So, and at this point, you're only doing it through the netting, not through the braid.
Not through the
Okay,
braids.
gotcha.
For somebody that didn't have any.
Okay.
Highlighter.
Okay.
Get your hands.
Okay.
Look at you blocking my camera. See how you is.
Pull it through.
I'm gonna go up
That.
the rows a
Put
little
these
bit.
two in.
You missing her twist.
She'll do it
Twist.
again. I wanted to get the twist. I asked her to.
Tie once.
Mm-hmm.
Did I still do it too fast?
Okay, I got it. Now do it
Okay.
some over.
Okay, I still make sure I ain't pulling up apart.
Oh, you need some more hair?
Yeah, let me get a whole one.
Cause you know how she do it. She
Alright, made me proud though. I don't see no frizzy pieces. Alright, so when I pull it apart, this piece I would do maybe 4 or 5 times. I'm making sure, because I already put the oil on the hair. I'm separating.
Because you say you did it already, right?
I already put it on there. I want to make sure that I'm smoothing it through each strand. And I care for every single strand. I want every single strand. If I don't do this with every single strand, in my opinion, my crochet gonna be messed up. So I'm very meticulous with that. Even sometimes it's pieces that may get cut off. Some people, this length is the half. I cut the package in half. And I'm using Dr. T's hair for this demo.
Now, I know,
whole lot, right?
Yeah.
but I remember you said you ordered yours. Do they have a, do you have to for those colors?
This color.
615.
Yes. It's really, really hard to find. I found it in the store one time, but it frizzed so bad, like it maybe have been overheated in the store. They had it too long or something. I don't know. It's a popular color, so it should be gone really fast. But I think theirs had maybe been in a hot warehouse. That's another reason I say if you're cooking, put that bonnet on, because this hair will melt. It'll still be looking cute when you look at it, but it will not move. All of this will be singed together, and it'll just be like a big old fro that just
It looks like an old weave.
Yes, it ain't gonna do nothing. They do, and the thing, it is expensive, but what I tell my clients with the human hair crochet, it is gonna absorb the oil from your hair, so it's less protective than synthetic hair crochet.
So it pulls.
It's pulling the oil from the hair, and it doesn't tie as well as synthetic hair.
So is it
When
you
you-
do to make it
I
tie
don't-
better? Like,
I don't like. I did a human hair crochet on a client one time, but this was 8 years ago, and this was before I knew that we are in control of what happens in our chair. So if it's some hair that we don't like working with, we don't have to work with it. We don't have to. So I don't do human hair crochet at all. But I had a client who was getting a sewing. It was. So I'm doing it.
Wow, micro braids take
That's
their
what
hair
I-
out the most, and they cut. They're using the human
hair.
and it's drying
Yeah.
their hair out.
So
They
I'm
would
doing
hardly get any braid
like
back.
4 or 5 little what do you call these, octagons or something, to put in here, because doing just one, you can see how weak that connection would be. And that could actually pull that loose, so then they can have holes and spaces in their net. So this one, you would just do this to complete the whole section where their head is bald for that.
Okay.
Once you get to where the braids are, you good. Like you can just do it like a regular crochet, but you get to fill it in because you get to go in between. But what I was gonna say about the human hair, when I had the client who got that, she was getting a sew in the back. So we did a sew in, but she didn't want any leave out. And this was before people were doing the closures on everybody, like, 'cause those were intended for the alopecia clients. But she didn't want to leave any hair out, so she brought the human hair, normally for the bulk hair, for me to tie. It would not tie. It didn't matter how small I pulled the pieces apart, it just kept swelling up. So I'm in there trying to figure out some of everything. I didn't put hair glue to tie it. I didn't do super glue, but I was trying some of everything.
And that's what
and we ultimately had the hairstyle, and it looked cute, and she loved it, but I was like, I'm never doing that again. It took me like an hour and a half just to do like the middle part section for that, and so I would never ever do that again. I don't like the human hair crochet. So the next thing I want to show y'all though is I had a couple of clients who had locks, so I can't show that on the mannequin, but I can show you the pictures, and you see how long her locks were, and then you see how big that section was that I had to camouflage. But it was actually easy. It was actually really easy. to do. She was going on vacation and she didn't want to have her locks. And we were worried about it being super heavy, but the crochet hair is really, really light, so it's not going to be any more heavy than her having her locks in a ponytail.
Locks heavy anyway. I told my husband his neck
That's a
strong.
good picture to have. All this right here. You told me
That's
to
one
get
line.
my lady that get the lock.
You ain't getting in the water. When you think I'm gonna get this wet?
There you go.
Yeah, I saw
It
it.
take a
Yeah.
while.
I ain't getting this wet.
And sometimes I shampoo him. I take his hair and separate it over the bowl. This side hangs on
Yeah,
this
he
side
got
of
a
the
lot of
bowl, and this side hangs on this side of the bowl. And I shampoo the middle, and then
This
I
is
work
another
all the way
lock
to the
lady
middle.
who- She wouldn't let me show her face, but
That's
hers
cool.
was this big natural hair,
Okay.
and that was my favorite on locks. I've done it maybe about 4 or 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
This one was my favorite.
I said, ooh, that's how look like that's heavy.
Big locks too.
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Everything is crochet. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna show you.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and this
'cause
hair is what hair is this?
She got that afro
That
there.
is the afro, like
She would have to with all that big old bulk in the back.
That looks
It's
good.
pretty though. It's
That look
beautiful.
very natural.
Yeah, it does.
and it was longer than this on her, but it was this type of hair.
And these are your the kinds you like.
Most of them, except for this one, the model I don't like.
I like the
Kima I love.
Me too.
Kima I
What you
love.
don't like, what you like. 'Cause
Kima I don't pull apart the night before
I think I
because
had
it will
this.
fuse back together.
Yeah,
But it's easy to pull apart.
It's like
I love it, and it has a nice
looks more
texture.
natural
It
to
does.
me.
It has a nice texture.
I had this kind and I had.
And this one doesn't look as natural. That I would too.
So it come out
But
like
usually
this.
just once or twice.
get all
It come out like this.
hands be kind of like
You went and pulled this apart.
so you gotta get
This right here.
Come like this.
It comes in like
Comes
little
like little,
bands.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
So
so
you take that
you'll
band
take the
off,
band off
and
so
then I
it looks
would
like
fold
that.
it
Okay.
4 times. And this one, I would put the oil on it too, but this one, we're not worried about whether it's frizzy on the ends because that's the whole intention of the hair.
Oh, okay.
And then at night, I would instruct her to twist this, like do 2-strand twists on this at night to
He'll take care of it
keep
also.
it separated and keep it looking nice.
And just open it out.
Yeah, it go through, and now these take me about 4 hours with their hair starting from the blow dried.
Okay.
So, and the longest part is just this. I only do like 5 cornrows going down in the back, and I'm gonna show y'all on this mannequin how I do this to make it. If you're standing on top of the head, it will be really hard for somebody to tell that it's a crochet. They'll think you went to a braid shop and had these done, singles all over.
Hold that picture up real
But
quick.
these, sorry.
You said
So
about
you
5
must do
braids.
the one technique
5
in
in
the
the
front
back,
that I like to do
Like how
with the
this
braids.
mannequin is.
I should have came by the notebook.
Yeah, you could have.
Well, I look at this better for some
so-
reason.
yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm a
And
visual.
visual.
I'm visual too, but I want to write down like 5 in the back because I'll be done put 10 back there.
Well, she say 5 in the
But
back.
if you take a picture, you can get it.
So take a picture of this.
Do a
Yeah,
video.
Take a picture of the video.
I've been doing more video.
Ain't they cute? Okay, so I'm gonna put
I
her.
just know. Booty, 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 rocking everywhere. Kevin let you leave with that on.
That booty is
What
rocking.
kind of
Lord.
mess is going on
Let me
here?
cut this video off.
extra pay.
Back would be for singles, and I do this for singles in the front for faux locks, Senegalese, or box braids. But though all of those are by consultation. They got to come in because I have one girl who her hair is so thick and so long that when I do singles in the front on her hair was longer than the locks that she bought.
Oh goodness.
Now, you do this V right here for a
I
reason.
do that V for a reason.
Okay, tilt it
I'll
back.
show you. So when the
right,
V is like that, so that those singles hang over the crochet one, and that gives you that.
Oh, that.
Look.
Are you recording? Let me get a picture real quick.
You got a full head
Wow.
of
Yeah.
braids or locks.
Sure, take me a picture of the video.
The firmness, so that when you open it up to wrap it around
won't unravel
it won't unravel. And when I send my clients to get this, I'm gonna send them a picture of the type I like. So if I'm just telling them a name, they go in the store, they forgot the name, they gonna bring something else, and I don't like it. But I've had these brought to me, And these do not unravel easily. You can do these as singles, but they are so soft and squishy that somebody with thick hair like this, thick sharp hair on the ends, is gonna come right on out. So they're gonna be trying to swim.
That's what you don't get.
You don't want that.
So hold that picture.
This one.
That's when the goddess braid. Is that about Zuri?
Zuri. And free tress, I like theirs too. I like those so much that I don't have leftovers when I do those because I got it down to 6 to 7 packs depending on how thick their hair is. So we usually don't have any of those left.
6 to 7. And the average head.
Yes. Okay. And I tell them they have to look at every pack. You know how you run in the store, you grab 6 packs and you go, when you get to the salon, it's 3 or 4 of those packs that they frizzy, they don't look uniform. So you have to look at every single pack. and I'm like, I don't feel like doing all that. Okay, I ain't gonna be messed up. So I'm gonna let y'all.
Exactly how she said so. Okay,
I want y'all to feel how the firmness that I'm talking about. They're still soft. They're still shiny hair because natural hair is not
that
shiny. And these are shiny, so I didn't like them until about 4 weeks.
So when they look natural.
So you like it when they get old.
Like I rub them. I'm gonna show y'all how we put these on, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it on this big little plait right here first, cause that's a challenge for me, and I like to challenge myself, cause I usually make sure that they're all skinny like this picture.
This a nice firm one right here, you said?
Yes. And sometimes we have to throw some away, so those I like to have the extra hair, so I need to make sure I find my little loop.
I was about to say, you can sit down.
So we got the loop, and pull it through, keeping the needle inside that loop. Now I'm gonna pull both of these through. Now it's through. Now on real human hair, our scalp stretches. I'll do some more. Our scalp stretches. So by our scalp stretching, we can get this tighter and closer to the scalp, but being that it's a mannequin, there's no pull. So you can see how I'm pulling it to secure that knot, and I'm opening this lock. I'm twisting and wrapping. Open and wrap it. Open and wrap
So
it.
when you pull it, that keeps it from coming unraveled?
Yeah. It's not gonna
And it's
come
also
unraveled.
loosening it too.
It's
so it
opening
can't
this hair
spring
up so it
back.
can wrap right on around that braid. But if you don't make sure that every package has these same nice locks, this ain't the result you get all the time. And see how her hair is short and straight at the ends, but because I got locks that are nice and firm, then you can still cover that. And if you look at that real nice and close.
So that's a fox lock.
That was
That was excellent.
and it's so easy. That's the easiest technique ever.
I almost did it.
Honey, on your
I
shoulder.
won't listen. She said, stick it through here, right?
So why you going with, okay.
I won't
Okay.
listen.
Yeah, just be closer so you're not pulling in the hair from here.
You should let someone that listen try first.
Yeah, let them listen, because I won't listen to Lord.
Let them listen. She said let somebody
But I this mine tonight.
Already open.
Put a little gel.
I know, right? I can't wait to do it. Down there, let me do it first.
Okay.
So you going through the bottom here.
It was okay with her, but I did
Like I'm gonna block somebody.
Right, exactly.
I understand.
Yeah, and her hair is
That's
super
why I'm
thick.
telling you. That's why I haven't done it. I just
Oh, that's
I
why.
don't know if she said do that.
Yeah,
Oh, Stephanie didn't do that.
I got both.
cause she just opened it up, that's
I
all.
got both of them.
Open the hair up.
I got both of them. I just gotta get it big.
Right. And that one can look really, really. This one isn't as short.
Yeah, like that.
I have
Light it up.
like
And wrap it. And tighten it up.
See, I see which way the lock goes.
Oh, sorry. Thanks, Tiffany.
She make a song out of everything.
Here, you can do really short, and I have another girl who.
I think I'm opening the lock the wrong way.
She
said you going the right way.
It look like it's right.
Yeah, just twist.
I
Don't
like
think.
this one is called Curl On, and they have 4 different textures. And
That seemed a little
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah.
line up there, but I have some that feels.
It's open. No.
No, you're right.
Order that.
Just open it up and keep
They
going.
have a generic version, but it doesn't.
This really like it's not
I'm
gonna come out. When I
it
did it that first time,
because
it
I
came
wouldn't have
out.
did it at home. The opposite way.
I thought so. That's what I was telling them. That's what I was telling y'all. I was supposed to go. It felt like it was going the wrong way. Here it goes this way.
So you want to start that way?
That's why I was like, I'm glad I
And
did
you'll
that
feel
here
it.
because I would have turned that the other way. Yeah, it felt like I was working against myself, but now
And their
it's
website
opening
even
up.
tells you how
I
many
don't know why
boxes you need for a head.
Okay.
It's
It feel better.
Yes.
for a
The
complete
first
shape.
one, like I had to
And it tells you.
untwist it too much.
Because I'm on their page too on Instagram. They feature one of my hairstyles up there. For that lady, I use 2 different textures. The shorter, I did a tighter curl.
Like real smooth.
Top of it a little bit.
Look nice and tight.
Yeah, I say, my suggestion would be, even though we maybe have 2 people that's not in our group,
Mhm.
to give them a recap in a text.
Okay.
Even to just take the people that you have in here.
Right.
that they-
Look at her perfectionist.
That's good though.
Okay.
No, that's what I'm.
Okay.
You did good.
No, not in group me because they didn't.
All right, let me try.
Only the people that's.
I was listening.
After you get to your doctorate, the more you change.
It's gonna feel like
It don't feel right.
Listen, you say you go through the top of the braid
Yes. And if
and go down.
I don't like it. I don't
I think that was the wrong way.
Yeah,
It's not
That's what I
maybe.
said. It was. I think it was the wrong way because you untwisted it.
it
You
don't
shouldn't
feel
have
right.
to.
Like it don't feel like I did it right.
Why not?
I feel like I'm
Like she went
the
around.
wrong way.
Come to the other side, make sure you're opening it.
Like this.
that, uh-huh.
And then I twist it
And
around
wrap.
right here.
Open and wrap.
Oh.
It should feel easy. It should feel effortless. And some of the other lots I have tried don't feel that way. So then I'm mad when I'm trying to do it, and I'd rather be happy.
I don't like the struggle to do hair. Like
Right.
I don't want to
Now,
struggle.
can you do your plaits thicker than that?
You could do your plaits bigger.
But if you do it thicker, aren't you gonna be able to see it?
on this particular hair, yes.
They got
But
the-
on our hair,
They
like
have
I said,
some
our
other
hair, no, on this mannequin.
Okay,
That's
so that's
what
pretty
I
good.
mean. Like these up here
That
are
came
a
out
little
good.
smaller.
Would you cut
Because
mine
I
out?
want them to have that look.
But do they have different sizes?
I'd rather, but it looked good.
Sometimes the packs you buy is not supposed to be bigger, but some of them, because they're supposed to be hand braided.
Well, that'd be in there if it was me. I don't mean no harm. That'd be done. This is just keep it here.
But you gotta think, this is what makes me a perfectionist with doing hair. You know how we are up here on the top, and then I'm gonna show y'all how I do the back. It's real simple. Y'all gonna be like, okay. So I'm starting from the top, going in. And when I do my singles, I've already done the back. I do the back first, so then I can see how they're gonna fall.
Oh, okay.
I'm ready tonight. I got some hair too.
See, I'd be so frustrated with
And you
that.
said both of them come
How you pull it through with the needle.
braid and
Oh yeah.
So,
So, now, just wrapping it around. Squeezing it open, wrapping it around. Squeezing it, wrap. Squeezing, wrap.
So you don't even have to really open it. You just really wrap. I see what you're saying.
But you open
Open
it
a little
slightly
bit.
to
I
wrap
see
it
what
over,
you're
because then
doing.
it'll wrap by itself.
Yeah, I see what you're doing. I see how you mean with open too much.
All these kids I got around, everybody kid me.
But you can switch your children. You like
And
she don't like
if you
take them
have
out, or you do it
any
yourself.
more, if you do faux locks or box braids or simple weaves, and you do more than 7 packs of hair, it's too much. hair.
What? Say it again.
It's too much.
You
hair.
gotta say it. People don't understand it.
Don't bring, I don't know. Don't
They
bring
going in
them
there with 13 packs of that hair and want you to put all of it.
Yes.
Because for what you cut it in
I
half.
cut it in half, so that's,
Oh.
and then I just still didn't even put, mine is the equivalent of about a pack and a half. Cause I still had some extra hair that I just ended up throwing in the bag.
because you-
Back, I don't put them on the braid. The only time I put them on the braid, like down here, where it's not enough space on the sides, like when I get up here, they're gonna be going on the sides.
Okay.
So it looks flatter. But down here, because there's no hair on the sides, I'm gonna go through the braid, not completely. So it's not gonna be bulky. And then we're gonna alternate. Instead of me going on the same side, like it's gonna be staggered. Yeah.
Yeah, bricklayer.
Yes. So we're doing them like that. I'm gonna go up here just for the purposes of showing how they're gonna start
Almost
looking.
like what you did on the side of Tanya's head.
Mm-hmm. But we just not gonna have any in the middle because that's what's causing it to be heavy
Yeah,
looking.
my gonna play. She get her
She
recording.
like, I'm gonna get what I came to get.
I just watch her move to the side. I be like, okay, I'm in the mood.
And I'll do it over again if y'all miss it. I think I brought some extra. No, I was just seeing if I brought another pack. And you
Sunday dinner around here. I ain't know you was about to say something.
Yeah, I did too. That's why I asked.
Okay, I'm staggering.
So talk about how far apart you put them down. Okay.
For these, sometimes in the middle I go a little bit heavier in the middle, but like it just depends. I like my hair to look real and feel natural, but I don't like the way hair feel when it's touching me. I don't like soon as I get home, this is going in the bonnet. I don't want it to touch me. And then when the wind blow, I want it to be able to blow without looking heavy. So even with my faux locks, that's how I want it to look full but be thin. Look full. And,
You want your cake and eat it too.
yes. Yes. So and we can do that because we so versatile. We can do that, and it's not heavy. So when people ask why this instead of just going to a braid shop and getting a full head of faux locks, it's the difference of wanting a muscle neck because I gotta hold his hair
And
up.
they say that hurts.
Yes, those faux locks they hurt.
Trust say it hurts.
They are
Yeah, my
super
daughter had it
heavy.
and it was pulling so
It
bad.
was real full of oh no, I was like halfway down. I was like, oh girl, I can't. Yeah,
Right?
She had to take them all the way out.
They
So-
say it hurts.
And now, if I was up to here and I'm still seeing so much of the braid, that's when I know I might have to come in here and put one through the cornrow.
Part of the braid.
And if you seeing that, that's you the guidance on that. Like you still don't have to do a lot of them, but you can kind of stagger them so that to make sure that it's looking natural. And when you're done, it'll look like how I said that picture is, where if you're looking at it from the top, it'll look like it's a full head of single faux locks. Now these always feel a little bit more firm because they got hair inside it, and most of my clients like the way this one had them up in a bun on the top. So we'll do the bun, but because we did these singles here, those are still hanging down, so you still can't tell that it's a crochet. When I get up here to this part, I will put one right here, and it looks super natural. I'm gonna turn her around so y'all can see the one. You can check it out. Let me see, good. Y'all can try that one.
And when you do right here with your V, you talking about the corner here?
Yes.
Where you put that last one?
Yes, and I'm gonna do some curly hair on that side because I usually don't do my crochet pattern like this if they have faux locks or braids. But if they're getting it with no singles, then it would be like this.
Okay.
So when I get there, I probably wouldn't even put a braid here. It just depends on how it's looking because that's gonna sit out.
Just go for it.
Go. Because it has a texture to it that it still will tie really well.
That's not a Warren curl.
And which pattern?
This one is take the needle. You know what I'm saying? She take the needle. Spiral one curl.
Yeah, but
And this one has to
Into a style.
So spiral wand.
Without.
That's pretty.
I know, right?
So this one, yeah, you can feel that here. You could do it. But if I would put the same oil on it,
And what's the oil you said you use?
This one over here is on there.
So you'll treat this the same way.
The same way.
This is her.
Any curly texture.
This came up.
No, that's
model.
That's for this
That's
style.
the part. I like the part.
I
I know that
She got it straight out the pack. It's the short one.
Is it the same thing?
Yeah, it's the S curl.
That's the same length, yeah. I didn't cut it except for like right in the back going across. I didn't. It just braided that kind of shape. This one I braided same pattern. This actually was old braids from, I had this first.
Oh, okay. I
And
know what this
took
is.
it out. I just cut the
Okay,
hair
I know
off
what this
and
is.
left my
Yeah,
same
from
braids.
doing locks.
So
Okay.
2 in the front to 1 in the back ratio.
I didn't know that.
And And because I like my crochets better when my braids get old.
I would have never thought to use that on hair.
Put it on there.
So I would have never thought to use that oil on crochet hair.
And I just tried it. It was a fluke. I usually use natural styling pomade. And that's a little more expensive. And so I ran out of natural styling pomade. I was in the store, and I like the way this stuff smells anyway. So I said, well, shoot, let me try to open it up in the store to see it. And it wasn't too strong. So I tried it, and I've been in love with it for about 2 months. You don't have to use it all the time. It gets rid of the frizz. I haven't put any on my hair at all in 2 weeks. I did my hair. I haven't put any on, and you shouldn't have to because it's synthetic hair. So where's the oil going?
But you only use it on the curly.
On the curly hair. The faux locks I don't.
Okay.
I don't use it. And I don't do any straight hair. I don't like the way it looks, so that's something that I don't do.
Because my thing is it swells, it's puffy, so you don't have to.
And I don't care.
When you tell somebody it's gonna last 3 months, they're gonna hold it for 3 months.
Her locks. She was like, how long have you been growing them? Because by then, 4.5 months, you couldn't see a knot. They just looked like her real hair. And she'll clean her scalp. She cleans her scalp every 2 weeks or whatever. But it was so realistic looking. And she wrapped her locks. We did eventually tell her that it wasn't her hair. We were telling her while she was wrapping it because she could feel that it was kind of hollow.
Spongy.
But she wrapped her lock all the way down, and I mean, she rocked that for another month. You're not gonna. I've had people cut their hair.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because like normally when I take mine out, I just take this hair and I cut. Okay. And I cut as close as I can to.
Because we know. Because we know.
Okay. Then when I want to save my cornrows for another time, then I do got to sit there and pick each piece out. But because I ain't tied it in 12 knots and it ain't looped around so many times, it comes out kind of easy. Sometimes the ones on the outside of the braid can be a little. You got to do a little bit more.
Do you put product on the full lock?
I don't. Because I want them to not look so shiny. Yeah. So any of these other hairs, I'm gonna tell y'all about the ones that I like and don't like.
Do you charge when they come back to get it taken out?
Yes.
Like your hair and your hair? $50. Okay. I'm looking like, yeah.
I try 50, and sometimes I feel like 50 is not enough.
I just saw that knot.
I want to make $100 an hour,
yeah,
at least. So, and it takes me longer to take it out.
But I almost would think, depending on what they have, that would be 50 and up.
Right, and it should be, especially
depending on what kind of.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of hair, and I usually only the people who I'm cool with, they get it taken out. Like it's older people, they couldn't find somebody to help them take it out or whatever. So I don't want to go up on them. Yeah. But if it's somebody, I don't take out anybody else's crochet. If I didn't do it, I'm not even taking it out. Like you have to have that out.
I don't take out nobody else.
So out. You gotta have everything. I'm not doing
me either.
Yeah. So
because they blame you when you finish taking it out and it's gone.
Right. This hair, I love the way it feels. It feels amazing. But once you get it in your head, you know it's synthetic hair, no matter what you put on it.
Oh, wow.
And I love the way it felt. But when I had it in my hair, I didn't like it. I kept it for about 2.5 weeks. Like I said, it feels really soft. But when I pulled it apart, it's just, because it feels soft. I don't know what it is about that particular hair. I just
it might be the chemical. The chemical they put on there.
Like it had anything on it, but it may have been something that didn't agree with sunlight because I was outside a lot. I was on vacation.
Chemicals in that too.
I didn't get in water. I didn't get it wet. I'm one of them beach goers and pool goers that I ain't getting in the water, but I'm having on everything like I'm about to jump in. I think I know how to swim and everything. Because it's the same thing with the weed. It's one of my favorite. I like Kima.
I like her regular human hair too.
That's the wavy.
Deep wave.
This one is
Kima just for the tree braids.
Okay.
She used that hair, and it's so beautiful.
It looks nice, and it lasts for a long time.
Tree braids because the way she does it with that hair added in there.
This one lasts for a long time. If y'all want to try it, you can. I'm not trying to reuse. And
you put the product on all of this hair.
I put the product, the shine stuff on
every
day. And when the clients say how often do I need to oil my hair, they don't need to until they clean it down. Because after I braid it down, I'm going to oil the scalp. That is enough. Because if they do any more than that, if they're oiling it every day, they're going to clog the pores. So they don't use that. It doesn't need to be oiled again until they clean the scalp. And now the hair, and this is why, is further protection. we're wrapping it in plastic synthetic hair, so the oil that we put in there is still in the hair. It ain't going nowhere. So we're putting the bonnet on at night. We're protecting it. It's cool. It lasts. It's sweet. Model. I hate more than this.
We did a good job.
If I had to choose, if somebody walked in, which I don't do walk-ins, but if I was to do a walk-in and they wanted a crochet, and this is the only hair I had, and I had to choose, I would use this.
Okay.
Model in this texture, I hate. And when I first started doing this crochet in 2010,
This is model, but you like this.
The curl, you like the curl
texture
pattern.
is what I don't like in model for this hair. This is the one that they only had that when they first started wearing this crochet. In 2010, it was called Afro Kinky Crochet, so I still got it listed as that on my style sheet.
never use that one.
And that was the only one they had. So I would sit down for 4 or 5 hours pulling that hair apart. I don't use that one. When you try to pull it apart, it has like a white waxy buildup on it.
Oh, yeah.
That no matter how much oil you put on it, it still has that waxy buildup. So it doesn't feel good. It doesn't look good. I used to make mine look good, but I had to put stuff on it.
Oh, okay.
And now the plus to that one, if you do use it, it lasts even longer than the free tress. Because the free tress is softer, I guess it can frizz or whatever. This one is heavier, harder. So it kept that. Right.
Okay.
But I only got it at that time was because that they didn't have any other companies that was making this texture.
Wow.
This is what I'm talking about. 40? Yes.
This is the deep twist with the free tress. This one is good, but if I'm gonna choose, I would do the ripple deep from Kima instead of this. If you want a natural look, this one is gonna be more shiny, but you still can pull it apart the same way. It's just gonna be more shiny. This soft and kind of kinky looking texture, so it looks more like our real hair. More, especially with naturals. Naturals you want to look for low luster.
Have you had, like when you cut this hair, it kind of do some crazy stuff?
Yeah, and you want to cut it, especially when you're cutting it, like say they want to bob. It's the same rule as when we cut our hair in the natural curly state. Like you wouldn't, if we had a loose natural curly, you're not gonna just go in the center of a curl straight across it. You want to kind of cut it on that curve. And you want to, a razor is going to be better with cutting it, or thinning shears. And because I don't usually cut with a straight razor, so if I did, I wouldn't use it on synthetic hair. So, but I have a whole bunch of cheap little thinning shears, or those little dollar razors that you buy that I use for my 27-piece. And so if somebody gets a crochet and they want it in a bob or asymmetric or whatever, I use that razor to cut it so that it's not giving me that blunt, with the curly texture. So that's the best
So
way.
now, what if they want them long?
With the curly hair, you wouldn't cut it at the top. I charge more for that too, because that's gonna take more to take it apart. And with my curly textures, the water wave and ripple deep, any of the Kima hairs, if they've told me what kind they want, they send me a picture of how they want it, then I take over from there. I'm gonna go ahead and buy the hair for those curly textures. So I ask them how long they're gonna keep it. Do they want it long? If they want it long, it's gonna take 3 packs instead of 2. And it's usually like 2.5 packs. And I would pull that apart the same way. I just wouldn't cut it at the top. I'm gonna cut that rubber band off and try to keep it as smooth. Treat it with
And
the
you'll
oil.
pick anywhere the crochet that. You don't have to do it in the middle. You can
I would do it in the middle because you want it to still look even throughout the head. Because if you just pick anywhere, it's you're gonna have some sections where it look nice and thick, and then it's gonna be some sections where it look kind of thin because the hair hanging down lower. But I still do it in the middle. If I was to, I think this one is already open, so I'll show you. Yeah, I cut this at the top. Okay, so I never would do this either. I wouldn't do that and leave that like that. But okay, so this one, I would make sure that I'm always protecting how the curls are hanging. I'm treating it with the oil, and then this one would be too big, so I would break that at least one time. But as I'm rubbing down, I'm helping to keep this hair from sticking together. Because if it's still sticking together, when you pull it, it's gonna be frizzy.
I don't understand sticking together. What do you mean?
Like when, I'm going to show you again.
When you separate it.
So when I'm getting ready to put it in the hair, I'm still going to hold it at that middle section. And this is where you want to attach it in the hair, tie it in that knot. Okay, so how I'm making sure that it's not sticking together is I'm pulling this so that that hair is not still just
looking like a
fused together.
fused together. You wanted to look.
And then you pull it apart, but I'm still doing it slow with even tension. Because sometimes you'll get to this point and that's balled up.
Yes, and you just snatch it,
And
right?
you snatch
You
it,
gotta cut it
and then
in.
because it's synthetic hair, it's straight.
Right,
The pieces will be
yeah,
straight
okay.
or whatever. So you want to keep them curly and still making sure. I'm doing every piece like this. That's why it takes 5 hours. That's why, you know what I'm saying? So, but they going to get their money's worth. And at that point, they watch it.
So you have it in your hand while you doing this. Not a lot. You saying?
Not a lot. The oil I've done, I would cut that band off and do the whole pack at the same time. I done put it in my hands and multiplied
And then
it
as you
and
going
just rubbed
through.
it. It's already on the hair. At that point.
It's already
So
on the hair.
when I'm doing this, it's just taking what's already
You
on
ain't
there.
putting more on it
No.
that point. Okay.
If I feel like I need it, sometimes I have some on the back of my hand, and I'm just making sure that it's there. But you don't want it greasy.
Yeah, because then it's gonna slip out too.
It can slip that knot. You'll see that knot
Do
slip.
you pre-split any other hair before your client get in?
Yes.
Okay, because I was about to say, I'm
Pre-split, and it's all laying like this. You're gonna come back the next day, and all that hair is right back together. It links
She
back
said,
up.
like it happened to her before.
It links back
like
up like a
wasting my
magnet.
time.
Free tress stays separated, and you can have it piled all up, and you can still pull one piece at a time. What other one? This one I don't like either. Model circle curl. I don't even know why black people pick this one. I don't like this one at all. Like they think it looks like a spiral set with flexi rods, but it doesn't. They look like Raggedy Ann or what's one of those little dolls or something. Like it just doesn't. It's not.